Hello viewers and listeners, welcome again to JCTV Africa, where we bring you news and all that is happening in and around Zimbabwe. Today, if it's your first time, please consider subscribing, hit the bell notification so that you won't miss out on all of the videos that we bring you here. Today, our topic of the day is Starlink. Starlink. Everyone is talking about Starlink mainly because the data costs in Zimbabwe are so expensive and yet the service is terrible. I want to give you reasons why you should not be happy because Starlink is coming to Zimbabwe, and you want to stay until the end of the video, and some of the things are going to shock you. So recently the Minister of War Veterans, Mr. Mutsvangwa, was speaking at a ZANU PF press conference, and he said the nation is considering to bring Starlink and they will be informed. And this also has been corroborated by the Speaker of Government, Mr. E.D Mnangagwa, who said that if ZANU PF has made a decision, we are going with it. So let's just hear a little bit of Mr. Mutsvangwa saying about Starlink and what are the benefits. But one of the things that also people have been saying about the position of Mr. Mutsvangwa is the fact that his own child is selling these Starlinks in Zimbabwe, yet it is not yet been officially allowed to work in Zimbabwe. But people have been using it on roaming. So let us then listen to Mr. Mutsvangwa.
Internet connectivity. This is the ultimate digital inclusion which we want. So Starlink of Elon Musk has become the first company to make that breakthrough. Commercial breakthrough. There are 3 or 4 or 5 others in tow which will be joining this, and there are also geopolitical considerations. Do you want to go with the European one? Do you go with the American one? Do you want to go with the Chinese one? So these are all things which we are looking at, but you can be assured that a right decision will be made to make sure that Zimbabwe joins our friends in Mozambique who are already on Starlink and many other, because it's a leapfrog in technology, and ZANU PF wants technology to help in digital and financial inclusivity of the country. So right decisions will be made to make sure that Zimbabwe has got affordable internet. Now, if you have got historical investment in a technology which may now be challenged, no, we cannot stop the country's march of progress, because there are people with legacy investments with technology which may yet to be amortized, because technology is leapfrogged. We go to the next stage. The Zimbabwe government caters only for what are the needs of the Zimbabwe population. Delivery of services at lowest cost. That's what we want. So we'll find ways of making sure that we join the technology bandwagon in terms of digital satellite internet or satellite digital internet.
Over and above the possibility of having Starlink in Zimbabwe, there is a tech guy called Kagantech who is speaking about the disadvantages of having Starlink, who is based in Nigeria. But let's just take a listen to his submission about Starlink, and maybe that could give you an informed decision on whether you should be excited about the coming of Starlink to Zimbabwe.
Everyone keeps asking me, when am I going to buy Starlink? When am I going to review Starlink? Talk about Starlink. Well, today I'm going to give you at least 5 reasons why I have not bought Starlink, why I may never be buying Starlink, and why you probably want to save your money too. Number 1, the price. Everybody knows that the price that's written on the Starlink website is not the amount that you have to pay when you actually do buy it. You need some sort of dollar card or some sort of virtual dollar card, and the exchange rate differences in those are astronomical. But of course, if that's not a problem for you, please pay attention to the next points very carefully. Number 2, Starlink is the real definition of when it rains, it pours. The minute it gets cloudy and it rains a little bit, that internet speed that everybody is so in love with is going to go kaput. kaput. And number 3, it doesn't stop there. Even when Starlink is at its best and the sky is completely clear and it's sunny, the upload speeds are horrible. Now, for somebody like me, the majority of the work I do on the internet is upload videos to multiple platforms with different devices all of the time. Keeping that in mind, I'm not going to invest that kind of money in an internet service that's not going to be able to help me upload my videos very quickly. So for now, I'm going to stick to MTN Nigeria, even though they don't have sense sometimes too. Number 4, quality control. Starlink literally sent a used and broken device to one of my friends, and there is no way to reach their customer service. And that's my number 5 point, customer service. It's so bad that he opened a ticket for over a week, didn't get a response, and then he had to open up the device by himself, void his warranty, and get it fixed. If that was me, somebody's gonna die. And please, can you explain to me why you have a Starlink Nigeria and there's no customer service? If there's something wrong with my order, there's nobody to call, there's nobody to message, there's nobody to email, and even when I do send an email and open a support ticket, nobody responds. And let's not start with the fact that you need constant power supply to use this device. So there's no battery pack option. If you're going to buy Starlink, you're going to have to buy a small generator or inverter to actually just constantly power it so it doesn't go off. And we all live in Nigeria, right? So why exactly would I want to invest in something like that? And this one is the most comical part. If you set up your Starlink in one location, you cannot move it to another location. You're going to have to pay an extra subscription fee to be able to move it from place to place. So for example, now what I usually do, where I can just quickly carry my MTN 4G iNet Flex or my 5G router to my friend's house and then we use that to play video games. I cannot do that with Starlink except I pay them more money. Why are you kidding? And a few bonus points, there's no Ethernet port out of the box. You have to actually buy an extra adapter to be able.
Well, folks, to be forewarned is to be forearmed. Having heard this information and on the backdrop of the fact that this is going to be too expensive for you to set up a Starlink internet connection, will you be considering getting a Starlink or be excited about coming of Starlink to Zimbabwe? Will it change the pricing model of service providers? But tell us your experience. If you have had Starlink on your own, please tell us your thoughts on its being licensed in Zimbabwe and what are your experiences that you have with Starlink. Do you think this is a good move? Do you think people should be excited about this? I would love to hear that in the comment section, and I will see you on the next video.